Hello, you're watching Proactive London. I'm joined by Ian McDonough from Blackbird. Ian, very good to speak with you again.
Morning, Stephen. Good to speak to you too.
So, Ian, you had your AGM this week and you highlighted the progress with Elevate IO. We last spoke in March, and that was just ahead of the general release of the first iteration. How's it gone?
It's gone really well, thanks, Stephen. Yeah, we're out there now in the open for people to try, free of charge. You can sign on at www.elevate.io. And we now have early adopters in the high hundreds who are really engaged in creating videos and publishing videos and working collaboratively.
You do point out that it's being developed through a strategy of product-led growth, and a couple of your peers in the industry have seen big success through this strategy.
Yeah, it's really kind of the next iteration of the SaaS model, product-led growth, PLG. And there are a number of companies, there are a lot of companies, but two that we highlighted in the AGM, Canva and Figma, who've really executed this to a level of perfection, really. And it's really about making sure that the product does the work for us in terms of the sales, in terms of the marketing. So it's really about spending time having high quality product engineering and driving adoption, driving free adoption, and driving free user retention before we monetize. And that's why the payment gateway that we talked about on Tuesday is going to be early 2025, because we want to make sure that product is really loved and really enjoyed by the users before we start asking them for money for it.
When we last spoke, you also emphasized the importance of creating a data set. Are you creating that data set? How's it looking?
Yeah, it's another feature of product-led growth, is to make sure that we have an experiment log, that we understand if we do this, then what happens, if we do that what happens. And we're in a phase now. So this is really early in the process. As you said, we just went out with our general release late March. So we're still very early, but we are in a rapid release cycle. So even since March, there's been new features added, new functionality added, performance improvements all the time, and that will continue right the way through. So yeah, we've already added markers, we've already added additional editing features, loading is quicker, etc. So this is being out there, touching and understanding how the users are interacting with our software. And it's a new way of creating software because we've got a collaborative interface, meaning that editors can actually create content together, or create content with customers, or create content with friends. It's a new way of doing it. So it's really about experimenting and understanding what that log of experimentation looks like, so that we can really learn after the payment gateway goes in how to maximize the return.
Do you feel you have an early mover advantage? You did point out at the AGM that there are a few direct competitors in the online multiplayer video creation space. Do you think you're leading the pack?
We are definitely in a very small group of people, a group of companies, because it's kind of so many companies now have moved to the collaborative web platform. So Figma and Canva just being two of them, Frame, etc. Other people, but video is kind of the last one to go. And video is the last one to go because video is a really difficult medium to work with, and because of our patented technology, we can create an environment and an experience for our users that is better than anybody else. So it is very low latency, it's very high quality, it works, the video feels like it's on your laptop or on your desktop, rather than in the cloud. It's all, this is all web, but it feels like it's on your desktop. And so yes, we're early to market. We're not on our own. There are other people trying to do this because of the size of the prize on offer. And we didn't talk about it, but those companies, Figma and Canva, they're valued in the tens of billions. It's a really big prize that's on offer. And of course, there are other companies that would like to emulate them as well.
I mean, let's talk about the size of that price, because Blackbird did point out at the AGM that the market size is currently about $250 billion, set to double by 2027. So a huge opportunity for you.
Yeah, that's really to set the context of the entire creator economy. And not many people really understand what this is, but it's, they're Goldman Sachs numbers. We're not aiming for the 250 at this stage. I mean, that's a big thing to bite off. Our serviceable addressable market is post-payment gateway is around 6.9 billion. So it's a targeted segment of that, and that is the kind of high-end creators, corporates, and enterprise users. It will be kind of the very, very low end, I guess, of media and entertainment. So people that are not quite newsrooms, but they are wanting to create professional video. That's our target segment. To put that into context with the companies we just mentioned, 6.9 billion doesn't sound huge compared to the 250. But if you think about Figma's TAM, total addressable market, that's kind of 1.1 billion, and they've created a fantastic business just out of that TAM. So we have a really chunky, exciting market that's in high growth mode to go for.
We're looking at opportunities. We have the Paris Olympics looming. Will you be going for gold?
Yes, well, we are involved in some big summer games that are happening in Paris this year. We can't name them, unfortunately, but yes, we definitely will be going for gold. Absolutely.
Ian, I hope you'll keep us posted on any progress as you make it. Thank you very much for the update today.
Great. Thanks, Stephen. Pleasure to talk to you.
That's Ian McDonough, the CEO of Blackbird.